Have you ever had one of those days where just a few simple words, maybe a quick text or a short phrase someone says, and it instantly clarifies everything or maybe completely changes your plan?
Oh, definitely. Happens all the time.
Like maybe you're waiting for a friend, wondering where on earth they are, and then boom, that text pops up, on my way.
Right.
And suddenly all that uncertainty just vanishes. You know they've left. You can kind of picture them heading over.
Mm-hmm. You can relax a bit.
Or think about this. Maybe you've been like burning the midnight oil on a project, totally exhausted, and you tell a colleague, I stayed up all night to finish it. Just those few words.
Yeah, and immediately they get it. They understand the dedication, the effort, maybe even the sacrifice involved.
It's quite amazing, isn't it, how much rich, detailed meaning can be packed into just a handful of seemingly simple words.
It truly is remarkable because these aren't just collections of words, are they? They're more like, well, linguistic power-ups. Entire concepts sort of compressed into these super efficient expressions.
Linguistic power-ups. I like that.
Understanding them isn't just about, expanding your vocabulary list. It's about tapping into cultural fluency. It's grasping the underlying rhythm of everyday communication that native speakers use pretty effortlessly.
Yeah.
It's like unlocking a secret code, almost, that makes daily interactions so much smoother.
Exactly. And that's precisely our mission today on the Deep Dive. We're going to unpack a snack of these seemingly simple yet incredibly powerful everyday English expressions. Our goal is to dive deep into their core meanings, explore the subtle nuances, and really uncover why mastering them is absolutely key to sounding natural and truly understanding native English speakers in their day-to-day conversations.
Absolutely crucial.
We've gathered our insights for this deep dive from a fantastic collection of excerpts focused on common English phrases for daily use. They're all designed to help improve English fluency by providing practical scenarios and clear explanations.
Sounds great.
So we're going to pull out the most important nuggets of knowledge from this material, really get to the heart of what makes these phrases tick. Because often it's not the big fancy, polysyllabic words that trip us up in English.
No, rarely.
It's these little linguistic shortcuts, these common everyday phrases that carry so much weight and hidden meaning.
That's such a crucial observation, because what's particularly fascinating about these phrases is how they act as linguistic shorthand. They let native speakers convey complex ideas, emotional states, even entire situations with remarkable economy.
Yeah, it's efficiency.
Exactly. So for someone learning English, grasping these isn't just about adding items to a word list. It's about unlocking that implicit understanding. The understanding that underpins so much of daily conversation. It makes communication flow much more naturally.
Right.
And it's far less reliant on explicit sort of formal grammatical structures. It's like the difference between laboriously describing a picture and just pointing to it.
You've absolutely hit the nail on the head there. And today, we've got 5 fantastic examples to explore, each one revealing a different facet of how English works in the wild, so to speak.
Okay.
We'll be diving into stay up, oversleep, about to do something, on my way, and get sidetracked.
Some real classics there.
Definitely. And while they might seem straightforward at first glance, you'll quickly see that each one holds layers of meaning that's crucial for truly effective communication. So, are you ready to kick things off?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's begin our deep dive with our first phrase. Stay up. Right? Stay up. Seems simple, maybe deceptively so. It carries a surprising amount of information and nuance. At its core, stay up means to remain awake, right? But typically later than you usually would, or later than expected.
Yeah, there's that later than usual implication.
It implies an intentional decision, usually, to prolong wakefulness, or at least an extended period of being awake that goes beyond your normal routine, often stretching late into the night.
Right. Think about it.
Yeah.
If you just say you were awake, it doesn't convey the same thing. If I say I was awake at 3 a.m., it could mean anything. Yeah. Maybe I just woke up for a minute.
Exactly. Used the bathroom, went back to sleep. No big deal.
But if I say I stayed up until 3 a.m., you immediately think, okay, there was a reason, a conscious choice maybe, a purpose, a sustained effort to remain active or alert beyond normal sleeping hours.
Yeah, it's not just a passive state like just being awake. It feels like an action, a choice.
Yeah.
And it often has implications, right, for your energy levels next day or your schedule.
Definitely. And this phrase, stay up, it beautifully illustrates a really fundamental characteristic of English. which is the power of phrasal verbs.
Yes, phrasal verbs, the bane of many learners.
They can be tricky. But here we combine a simple verb like stay with a particle like up. And together they create a meaning that's much richer and often quite different from the individual words.
So stay means remain, up means elevated, active.
Something like that. And when you fuse them into stay up, it paints this vivid picture. Someone actively resisting sleep, maybe. Or remaining active and alert despite the late hour.
Yeah.
It's fundamentally different from just being awake.
That makes sense. Like you said, I am awake, could be 6 a.m., totally normal.
But if I say I stayed up, you instantly infer it was later than my normal bedtime. And there was probably a specific reason for it. That composite meaning is often what trips up non-native speakers.
Because they try to translate word for word.
Exactly. And they miss the idiomatic whole, the complete concept.
That nuance is absolutely vital. And what's really impressive is how versatile store up is. You often hear it paired with other words to specify, the duration or the exact reason.
No.
Like, I stayed up late. That emphasizes the late hour, maybe just pushing bedtime a bit, catching the end of a movie maybe.
Right, not too extreme.
But then you hear, stay up all night.
Whoa, okay, that's different. That immediately signals an entire night without sleep, a much bigger commitment. Often implies considerable effort, or maybe necessity.
Definitely. And we also use it often when someone's waiting for something or someone. I stayed up for my sister to get home safely, or I stayed up for the election results.
Adding that little prepositional phrase, for someone or for something, it totally shifts the context. It goes from maybe personal choice to anticipation or obligation or even concern.
Yeah. It encapsulates a whole situation, not just the act of being awake.
Indeed. What's profoundly fascinating here is how stay up, and other phrasal verbs like it, really highlight the incredible flexibility and efficiency of English. It's not just stay plus up as two separate words. They form a single unit of meaning, a lexical chunk.
A single concept.
Precisely. It functions as one concise concept. And for English learners, mastering these phrasal verbs is absolutely fundamental. Fundamental to sounding natural and truly understanding idiomatic English. Why? Because they often defy direct word-for-word translation.
Right. You can't just translate stay and up into, say, Spanish or French and have it make sense in the same way.
Exactly. It simply wouldn't work. Or it might mean something completely different, maybe even comical. This is why understanding the conceptual unit, the whole meaning is so vital, rather than trying to dissect the parts.
It's like recognizing these little semantic packages that hold so much communicative power.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, let's bring this to life with some real-world scenarios. Imagine your colleague comes in, looks a bit tired but also relieved, and says, "Man, I had to stay up last night to finish that report, but it's finally done now."
Okay.
Immediately, you get it, right? You understand they put in extra hours, sacrificed sleep, probably battled fatigue,
Yeah.
and successfully completed a crucial task. It conveys hard work, dedication, completion, all in one concise phrase.
It's so much more impactful than just saying, I finished the report.
Totally. The stayed up part adds all that backstory, all the effort involved.
And that example perfectly illustrates the emotional resonance, too. It evokes a feeling not just of dedication, but maybe shared understanding of the grind, a touch of exhaustion. And the context here invites a sympathetic response like, oh, rough night, but good job getting it done.
Exactly. Okay, now flip side. Much more positive scenario. We stayed up talking until 2 a.m. We had so much to catch up on.
Yes. Different vibe entirely.
Here, stayed up doesn't imply a chore or a burden at all. Instead, it emphasizes connection, engagement, shared enjoyment. It tells you they were so engrossed in conversation, so caught up in their stories, that time just flew by.
They chose to stay awake for social pleasure, for connection.
Right. It's a positive shared experience, a testament to their bond, maybe. Completely unlike the report example.
And that specific example, we stayed up talking, it highlights how the phrase isn't just descriptive of a physical state. It's also deeply expressive of human connection. Prioritizing social bonding over sleep. It suggests a valuable exchange, a bonding experience that was more important in that moment than the biological need for rest. It speaks to that human desire for connection.
It really does. Okay, one more. Imagine hearing this. My baby was sick, so I stayed up with him all night.
Yeah.
Powerful.
This conveys immense care, profound responsibility, self-sacrifice. It's not about choice or leisure here.
Not at all.
It's about unwavering obligation and deep concern for a loved one. Using stay up here concisely communicates a complex, emotionally charged situation. It tells you everything you need to know about the effort, the reason, without a long explanation. The phrase does all the heavy lifting, emotionally.
It absolutely does. And if we really connect this back to the bigger picture, stay up highlights the incredible flexibility of English. How it combines simple words to create entirely new, nuanced meanings. It's not just stay and up in isolation.
Yeah.
It's a unified concept conveying extended wakefulness, almost always with an underlying reason: duty, pleasure, necessity.
And this is precisely why mastering these types of phrasal verbs is crucial for any English learner. They are the true building blocks of natural idiomatic English.
Because they resist that easy word-for-word translation.
Exactly. And the phrase can evoke such a range of feelings: exhaustion, dedication, enjoyment, worry. And the surrounding context shapes its emotional resonance, making it an incredibly rich and efficient expression.
It allows for a depth of communication that is both concise and deeply expressive.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, moving from intentional wakefulness to something almost universally relatable, that feeling of unintentional extra sleep. Let's dive into oversleep.
Ah, yes. The enemy of the morning person, or anyone with an alarm clock, really.
Huh. I think almost everyone listening can relate to this one, especially if you've ever had an important early morning appointment.
Guilty as charged.
So oversleep, it has a very clear, very distinct meaning. You sleep longer than you intended or planned, usually resulting in waking up late. But the critical element here, the real kicker, is the unintentional aspect.
Right. That's key. You didn't mean to do it. It just happened.
Exactly. It's typically not a deliberate choice, but an unforeseen outcome, often with immediate consequences.
Which is a crucial distinction that separates it from other sleep phrases.
Definitely.
And this really raises an interesting question, doesn't it? Why do we even have a specific single verb for this particular action?
Good point.
It says a lot, I think, about the societal importance placed on punctuality, on schedules in many English-speaking cultures, especially post-industrialization.
Right, the clock rules everything.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The very existence of oversleep reflects a deeply ingrained common challenge, that conflict between needing rest and needing to be somewhere on time. It's a single word that encapsulates both the act of sleeping too long and the often negative results. A powerful little package of meaning.
Absolutely. And because of that unintentional nature, oversleep almost always implies a negative consequence.
Usually.
Think about it. Missing an alarm, being late for a crucial appointment, a job interview, a flight, an important meeting.
The list goes on.
The word immediately carries that baggage, that weight of a mishap. It instantly signals something went wrong with the morning routine, a plan got disrupted.
True. But it can also be used more neutrally, right? If there's no immediate, pressing negative consequence.
Yes, good point. Like you might say, I overslept on Saturday because I was so tired from the week.
Okay, yeah. No harm done there, just much needed, if unexpected, extra rest.
And this is where that distinction between oversleeping and simply sleeping in becomes really vital.
Ah, yes, sleeping in.
Sleeping in is usually intentional, isn't it? It's a luxurious choice, something you look forward to on a weekend. It feels positive, planned.
Definitely a treat.
Oversleeping, on the other hand, often implies regret, a mistake, and accidental disruption.
That distinction between oversleeping and sleeping in, it's a great demonstration of the precision English offers, often through subtle phrasing. Sleeping in is deliberate, associated with relaxation, weekends, holidays. It brings a sense of well-being, maybe indulgence.
Right, savoring those extra hours.
Whereas oversleeping is generally seen as an error, a failure to meet an obligation. So it almost always carries that note of apology or explanation, or even mild embarrassment. This single word encapsulates the action and its typical result within a society that values timeliness.
Okay, let's see this in action. The classic scenario. You call a friend, maybe a bit exasperated, and they say, oh no, I overslept this morning and missed my bus, so I had to call a taxi.
The domino effect.
Exactly. It perfectly highlights a logistical problem, a chain reaction caused by oversleeping. It's concise and immediately communicates the whole mishap.
You don't need the whole story. My alarm failed, I woke late, panicked, bus gone, calling taxi.
No, overslept does all that heavy lifting in one word.
And that single word, overslept, immediately sets the context for the listener. They get the subsequent actions and the reason for the delay. It's incredibly efficient communication because it leverages that shared cultural understanding of what happens when you sleep past your alarm. Tells the story in a blink.
Here's another example, maybe a bit more empathetic. After working 3 shifts in a row, pulling late nights, I completely overslept on my day off.
Ah, okay. Understandable.
In this case, it explains a clear reason: pure exhaustion. It validates the extended sleep.
Right. It shifts the perception from mishap to necessary recovery.
It conveys empathy instantly. We understand why they slept so long. It wasn't laziness, it was a deep physiological need.
That really highlights the dual nature of the word. While often negative, it can also function as a perfectly valid explanation for recovery, framing the sleep as a symptom of prior exertion, not a failure of discipline. It invites understanding, not judgment. It's an admission of, human vulnerability.
Well put. And finally, the quintessential, universally understood apology. I'm so sorry I'm late. I completely overslept.
The classic excuse or reason.
We've all probably used it or heard it countless times. It's a common, widely accepted explanation. It signals the lateness was unintentional, likely due to something uncontrollable: sleep itself. Often stops further questions. The immediate understanding it conveys, that shared feeling of panic when you realize you missed your alarm, it makes it incredibly valuable in daily interactions.
It's a quick, socially acceptable way to explain a common human failing.
Exactly.
And this just reiterates why we have such a specific verb for this. It speaks to that societal importance of punctuality. The very existence of oversleep reflects a common challenge, and its frequent use in apologies shows how one word can encapsulate both an action and its usual result. It's about expressing everyday mishaps, offering concise apologies, making communication efficient, facilitating social understanding without long explanations.
It's a linguistic nod to our shared experience of time and its demands.
Well said.
Okay, moving from the accidental pass of oversleeping to the very, very immediate future, let's explore about to do something.
Ooh, yes, all about imminence. That split second before action.
Exactly. When you say you're about to do something, you're indicating you are on the very verge, the cusp of doing an action. It signals the immediate future, emphasizing the action will happen very, very soon, like moments away, maybe seconds.
Not minutes or hours.
Definitely not. It's like hitting play on a video. The screen's black, but it's about to start right now.
It implies a state of preparation so complete that the transition into action feels instantaneous, almost inevitable.
Yeah.
And what's truly fascinating here is how about to functions almost like a temporal pointer, narrowing down the future to just a fraction of a moment. It highlights how English often expresses these really subtle time distinctions, often without complex grammar.
Right. We don't have a specific verb tense for just about to happen.
Not really. Other languages might use adverbs like soon or immediately, but English uses this specific phrase, about to convey that precise sense of impending action. It's not just a general future intention. It's a future that's literally seconds away from becoming the present, on the very edge of unfolding.
That immediacy makes about to do something incredibly useful in dynamic conversations, right?
Totally.
Especially when someone interrupts you or you need to give a quick real-time update. It conveys preparation or intention that's just moments from execution. And it's a crucial distinction from, say, gonna do something. That can be much more general. I'm gonna learn French next year.
Right. Or even later today. No immediate pressure.
Or will do something, which is more like a prediction or promise. I will call you tomorrow.
Yeah. About to is much, much more immediate. You're poised on the brink.
It's the difference between planning a trip and actually having your hand on the car door handle.
That contrast is absolutely vital for learners to grasp. Going to intention for later will maybe spontaneous, maybe a prediction, but about to signifies an action so close it almost feels like it's already in motion or its start is inevitable within moments. Its usefulness in managing expectations, in dynamic chats, coordinating actions, setting the stage for events, it's huge. It gives the listener a real-time, micro-level update on your status and next immediate action. Invaluable for quick communication.
Okay, let's look at some scenarios where this phrase really shines. Imagine your phone rings, you pick up, quickly say, hold on a second, I'm about to leave for work. What do you need?
Okay, urgent.
It immediately indicates you are literally at the door, grabbing keys, putting on shoes, stepping out.
Right. Tells the caller, your window for chatting is extremely narrow. Be quick.
Yeah, it's a polite way of saying you've caught me right at the last possible second.
That perfectly illustrates how it manages expectations.
Yeah.
Signals a very brief interaction window, prompts the other person to be efficient. A very effective way to convey urgency without being rude, like a verbal, I'm on a tight schedule right now.
Exactly. Okay, here's another. You're at the cinema with friends. You say, the movie's about to start, so let's find our seats quickly.
Yep. Time to move.
This signals the very beginning of the event, builds that sense of anticipation and urgency to get settled.
You wouldn't say the movie will start soon if the lights are already dimming and the logos are playing.
No way. About to start means the opening credits are literally about to roll. Grab your popcorn now.
This example beautifully showcases its power in coordinating group actions. About to start, everyone understands the shared need to act now. It simplifies what could be a longer explanation, allows for smooth social coordination, creates that shared moment of impending action.
And finally, a great anticipation builder, especially for food lovers. The chef is about to plate the meal. It looks incredible.
Ooh, I like that one. Makes you hungry just hearing it.
Right. It builds immense excitement and immediacy. You can almost smell it. Picture the final touches.
It's not just that the meal will be ready sometime. It's in those final tantalizing moments, seconds away.
This phrase is just such a critical tool for conveying timing and readiness concisely, managing expectations, building suspense, providing real-time updates.
What's truly fascinating, again, is how about to functions like that laser pointer for time, narrowing the future down to a sliver. It highlights English's capacity for subtle time distinctions without complex grammar. Its utility in dynamic chats, managing immediate expectations, setting the stage. It's paramount. This phrase simplifies what could be a more cumbersome explanation of immediate intent, allowing for smoother, more natural, much more efficient communication.
It's a testament to English's knack for conveying specificity with simplicity.
Well put.
Okay, moving from the brink of action to the journey itself, let's talk about on my way.
Ah, yes. The ultimate coordination phrase. Probably saved countless friendships.
It's truly indispensable for coordinating meetups, isn't it? Probably one of the most frequently typed texts in the world.
I bet on it.
So, on my way. It signals active current travel. You are currently traveling, actively proceeding to a specified destination. And the crucial element here is that the journey has already begun.
Right. Not I'm thinking about leaving, not I'll leave soon. But I have left, I am moving towards you.
Exactly. You're in transit, in motion, headed towards the agreed spot. It offers instant peace of mind to the person waiting.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, on my way isn't just a literal statement about movement. Often it's a significant social gesture, a reassuring signal that you're respecting their time and the plan. It's about managing presence and expectation, vital in our interconnected lives.
That makes sense. Punctuality,
Yes.
clear communication about location, highly valued.
And this phrase is an incredibly efficient tool for maintaining that social understanding. Reduces anxiety for the waiter, provides a concrete update, allows them to prepare. It's almost like a mini social contract being fulfilled when you say it.
Yeah, I can see that. And because of that, it's almost always used in response to questions like, where are you? Or are you coming?
Perfect answer.
It immediately provides an answer indicating progress and commitment. Now, it generally implies relatively quick arrival.
Usually, yeah. You wouldn't say it if you just started a 10-hour drive.
Mhm.
Or maybe you would. Context matters.
Right. I'm on my way to California for a 2-week road trip is very different from I'm on my way to your house, be there in 5.
Exactly.
And you can specify the destination, right? On my way to the office, on my way home. That flexibility makes it really adaptable.
That ability to add the destination makes it super flexible, but retains that core meaning. Active transit. It implies forward momentum, progression towards a known point. Much more informative and reassuring than just I've left or I'm coming.
Provides spatial clarity and temporal assurance in one concise package. Helps coordinate effectively. Okay, let's run through some classic scenarios. The straightforward confirmation. Your friend texts, coming to the party. You reply, I'm on my way now, I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Okay, clear, helpful.
Provides assurance you've left, and an ETA. Allows the other person to prepare, stop worrying, builds anticipation.
That's perfect expectation management. The ETA solidifies the commitment, lets the receiver adjust, minimizes ambiguity, maximizes coordination. Invaluable.
Or consider this update for your family. Just calling to say, I'm on my way home, so dinner will be ready soon after I arrive.
Ah, the household coordination text.
Keeps others informed, allows them to anticipate your arrival and the next event dinner. It's about synchronizing schedules, a little logistical heads up.
And it illustrates how on my way facilitates coordination not just for arrival, but for subsequent activities. Makes household logistics smoother, establishes synchronicity.
Definitely. And finally, a great example of promptness and reassurance. Maybe someone's waiting for a ride, feeling anxious, you text. Don't worry, I'm already on my way to pick you up.
Instant relief for the person waiting.
Conveys efficiency, reassurance, lets them know they don't need to worry. It's proactive communication, builds trust, reliability, shows you've got it handled.
Mm-hmm.
This phrase is just a cornerstone of coordinating plans and managing expectations in our mobile world. Simplifies things immensely. A little linguistic gem.
And if we genuinely connect this to the bigger picture, again, on my way, isn't just literal movement. It's often that crucial social gesture, reassurance of commitment. It's deeply embedded in how we manage presence and expectations in a society valuing timeliness, vital in our interconnected lives.
Right, that implied social contract.
Exactly. It builds trust, allows others to prepare. While cultures express this differently, on my way is the concise, highly effective English equivalent, reflects that cultural emphasis on directness and efficiency. It's more than just movement. It's a social signal.
Okay, finally, let's explore a phrase that speaks directly to the human condition in our increasingly distraction-filled world. Get sidetracked.
Oh boy. Yeah, this one hits home daily, maybe hourly.
Yeah, me too. Get
Yeah.
sidetracked. It's a phrase we probably all use more often than we'd like, or certainly experience more often. It means being distracted, right? Diverted, pulled away from your main task, your primary goal, your regional path.
Mm-hmm. Lost the thread.
And the key nuance here is that it typically implies an unintentional or unforeseen deviation. You didn't plan to go off course.
No, something just grabbed your attention, pulled you away.
Yeah, something external or internal pulled you away from your focus. It's a detour, an unplanned tangent, not a deliberate change of destination.
We all know that feeling. Start one thing, end up somewhere else entirely.
Totally.
And this raises a really important question. Why is get sidetracked such a pervasive, universally understood phrase? It speaks so directly to that shared human experience of managing attention and the constant, relentless pull of distractions.
Everywhere. Work, conversations, physical journeys.
Exactly. It's a powerful metaphor for our cognitive processes, acknowledging that our focus is rarely, perfectly linear or maintained. The sheer commonality and immediate recognition of this phrase suggests a deeply shared human struggle, maintaining focus in a noisy world.
It gives a name to that ubiquitous mental phenomenon. That's such a profound point. And what's fascinating is that get sidetracked can carry both positive and negative connotations.
Yes, that's interesting.
On the negative side, it's definitely about losing focus, wasting time, derailing productivity. Like, I meant to finish that report, but I got sidetracked by social media for an hour.
Been there, done that. Probably doing it right now somewhere.
That's a common pitfall of modern life, isn't it? Especially with the digital barrage. But it can also be surprisingly positive. Like when you get sidetracked and unexpectedly discover something new and wonderful.
Serendipity.
Yeah. Leading to an interesting revelation, a breakthrough idea, a chance encounter. It usually implies a temporary deviation, though.
Right, with an underlying intention to get back on track eventually.
And while it can refer to a physical detour, we got sidetracked on our road trip by a quirky roadside attraction.
Which can be fun.
It's far more commonly used for a mental, conversational, or task-based detour.
That duality, positive versus negative sidetracking, is absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
Shows the phrase's adaptability, social media context, clearly negative, lost productivity, but discovering something new at the library transforms into beneficial exploration, serendipity.
Yeah.
This adaptability makes it an incredibly powerful descriptive tool for a huge range of human experiences related to attention, exploration, and the unpredictable flow of our thoughts.
Okay, let's illustrate with some concrete scenarios. The classic productivity killer. I sat down to finish my work, but I got sidetracked by that fascinating documentary about ancient Egypt for an hour.
Relatable.
Succinctly describes that common challenge, immediately conveys lost focus, being drawn away, suffering a setback, a verbal shrug of acknowledgement.
And it resonates with nearly everyone now, where distractions are just a click away. It's concise shorthand for explaining a delay without detailing the rabbit hole. Universally understood.
And in conversations, very common, almost every day. We were deep into discussing the budget, but then we got sidetracked talking about everyone's weekend plans.
Happens all the time in meetings. Or chats.
Highlights that common conversational shift, veering off topic, sometimes unintentionally, sometimes happily.
And it's a gentle way to acknowledge the deviation. Often signals an unspoken intention to return to the main subject, or at least acknowledge why you've strayed.
It helps manage the flow, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Allows participants to acknowledge a temporary digression without losing sight of the main topic. Often leads to a smooth return. A key linguistic tool for navigating the nonlinear associative nature of human interaction. A polite way to reset or flag a tangent.
And for a more positive spin, one I personally love, I went to the library for one specific book, but I got sidetracked and ended up finding 3 other incredibly interesting titles on a completely different subject.
The joy of unexpected discovery.
Here, Get Sidetracked describes an unexpected but fruitful discovery. Not the original goal, but the deviation led to a pleasant, valuable surprise.
Maybe spark new ideas, broad perspectives.
It really shows the relatability of this whole experience, navigating the unexpected twists of our attention, whether they're frustrating or delightful. The phrase just nails it.
It truly brings us back to that core question. Why is Get Sidetracked so pervasive, so indispensable? It speaks to that fundamental human experience of managing attention, the constant pull of distractions. It's a metaphor for our often unruly cognitive processes.
Highlighting the nonlinear nature of thought and activity.
Despite our best intentions and to-do lists, knowing this phrase helps understand and articulate common challenges in focus and planning, but also helps embrace those unexpected discoveries that sometimes come from such diversions. It's an indispensable part of daily communication, reflecting our complex inner lives.
So, what does this all truly mean when we step back and look at it together? We've taken these individual nuggets: stay up, oversleep, about to do something, on my way, get sidetracked. And when you look at them as a collective, a fascinating pattern really emerges, doesn't it?
Absolutely. If we connect this to the broader landscape of language, what we've explored today isn't just about 5 isolated phrases, not at all. It's about the underlying efficiency, the economy, the incredible expressiveness of common everyday English. These aren't just random collections of words. They're entire concepts, specific feelings, nuanced intentions, all packaged neatly into these brief, often idiomatic expressions. They're a testament to how language evolves to serve the practical, real-time needs of its speakers,
Allowing for quick, precise, emotionally resonant communication.
without always resorting to lengthy, grammatically complex sentences. They represent a significant leap in communicative efficiency.
And that's precisely where your advantage as a learner comes in, right?
Huge advantage.
Mastering these seemingly small phrases provides a massive, tangible advantage in sounding natural, in truly understanding spoken English in its authentic form.
They are incredible linguistic shortcuts.
Yeah. Allowing you to convey complex ideas quickly, effortlessly, bridging that crucial gap between textbook English
Which often focuses on strict grammar rules.
and the vibrant, fluid English used in real-world conversations, which just thrives on these idiomatic expressions.
Without these, you might try a literal translation from your native language.
And it would probably fall flat.
Completely flat.
Mm-hmm.
The true meaning, the emotional feel, the cultural context, all lost in translation.
Precisely, which reinforces your point about direct translation often not working.
Critically important.
Mm.
These phrases often just don't translate word for word. Their specific, non-literal English meaning is even more crucial to grasp, because they carry that cultural and situational weight that you simply cannot find by looking up individual words in a dictionary.
They're cohesive units of meaning, not just sums of their parts.
Exactly. They embody the nuances of English thought and culture in specific contexts, like linguistic fingerprints of native communication patterns. That's why just knowing the words isn't enough. You need to understand the phrase as a whole concept.
It's the beauty of brevity, isn't it? These short, powerful phrases reflect that deep tendency in English towards conciseness, efficiency, and daily chat, where meaning is frequently implied or conveyed through common idioms rather than long, explicit explanations. Instead of laboriously saying, I remained awake beyond my usual bedtime because I had a crucial task to complete for my job,
Yeah.
you simply say, I stayed up to finish the report.
Boom. It's fluid, it's natural, it's incredibly effective. It's the difference between just telling a story and really showing it.
And that efficiency, that drive for maximum information with minimum linguistic effort, it's a hallmark of highly evolved, constantly used language. Native speakers instinctively gravitate towards these shorter, more impactful expressions because they convey so much with so little. For someone learning the language, recognizing, understanding, and confidently using these phrases, it's a clear, powerful indicator of advancing fluency. Beyond just grammatical correctness, it signifies an intuitive grasp of the language's natural flow, its underlying cultural assumptions, truly allowing you to participate in the conversation, not just observe it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that's been our deep dive for today. We truly hope that unpacking these common phrases helps you navigate daily conversations with greater ease and confidence.
Making you sound more like a native speaker and feel more connected to the language in all its everyday glory.
Yeah, feel more in the language.
Remember, language is a living, breathing thing, constantly evolving, especially in everyday usage. These 5 phrases are just a few compelling examples of how English prioritizes clarity and efficiency in daily interactions, often through these concise, idiomatic expressions that are way more than the sum of their parts.
Definitely. So before we go, here's a little thought to ponder as you go about your day. Consider how many other seemingly simple everyday phrases you encounter regularly. Phrases that might hold entire worlds of meaning, cultural insight, hidden communication.
Just waiting for you to unpack them.
Exactly. What linguistic shortcuts are you using or hearing from others without maybe fully realizing their immense power and the depth they convey?
Pay close attention.
Yeah, listen closely to everyday conversations, TV shows, chats with friends, even text messages. See if you can spot other concise expressions like these, ones that might be worth your own deeper dive.
Great challenge.
We'll catch you on the next one.